Tuesday.
Happy Triple Tuesday, guys.
I was gonna say, how are you guys doing? But this is not live.
And the moment where they don't reply.
Yeah, but we did a live Instagram video.
Yes, we did.
So if you're watching today, you saw
A sneak peek.
this happening.
Yes.
Well, before the behind the scenes.
Yeah.
Before the filming behind the scenes. So we, as we said last week, we're very candid. We keep it very real here. Mm-hmm. There's already a show called The Real, huh?
Yeah.
Okay, that wouldn't work. But anyways, so we didn't come in with a topic.
Nope.
So we ran over next door to one of our colleagues and we asked him, and he didn't know either. And we asked his client on the spot, pick a topic, and she threw out environment.
Yes.
So, you know why I like that word?
Why?
Because you can take it in so many different directions.
Mm-hmm.
Just the word environment in self-improvement
that's so true.
can be taken in so many different ways.
Oh, that's so true.
Because you can look at the word environment as a whole, like at the world and what's happening in the world right now. Exactly. You can look at it in the sense of nature and how we mimic nature, because I was thinking Ayurveda and how our body mimics nature.
Of course.
You can take it into how you surround yourself.
Your environment.
Yes. Anything from your room, your house, to the people you surround yourself with.
Yes.
So environment I think it's a great topic.
Definitely.
And it's a very broad topic. So this may go in very different directions, but
We'll see where it leads.
But the basis of today is environment.
I love that. I really like that because initially when she said environment, I was like, oh, the environment right now is giving us a few signs, right?
Oh,
like,
yeah, totally.
It's just out of control right now.
Yeah.
It's totally out of whack, and because we don't take care of our environment.
But think about how that relates to how we don't take care of ourselves.
Exactly.
Like, I mean, it's all, we're a part of the whole, right?
We are. Yeah, like, I think that what has happened is that there's such a huge disconnect with us and the environment. And no, like, we are here with the environment. We are it. And we create it just like we create, our actual environment.
Yeah.
In that other point of view. So when you're thinking about the environment as far as who you surround yourself by, you create that. Just like you create your environment as a whole. So if we all in unison like create a better environment, we will have a better environment as a whole, like physically, spiritually, emotionally as well.
I know, it's like I always see these memes about how imagine if everyone on the planet loved themselves and each other, how much peace there would be in the world.
Yeah.
But sadly, that's not the world we live in. That's not how it is right now.
And how do you think you could do that? Like, what do you suggest would actually like help people do that? Because I think that people think that it's not possible because they think it's so difficult, but it's really so simple.
It is simple, and we've discussed this kind of thing on the show before, and it's as simple as just smiling at someone else.
Yeah.
That's a gesture.
Yeah.
Gesture. I always mix that word up too. That is a gesture of love.
It is.
We talked about it last week with the misconception of love as a feeling towards just like a family member or a significant other, but love is also a verb. It's an action. So smiling to someone else, not only is it an act of kindness, that is an act of love, because love is patient and love is kind.
Yeah.
There you go. That's,
I think that people also get confused as well because they're like, yeah, but there are rude people out there. And there are.
Yes.
And when it comes to those situations, it doesn't mean that,
those are the people that need it the most.
Yeah. And like if someone doesn't take your smile or smile back or acknowledge your smile, you still have to show and embrace and embody love. And by doing that, you smile regardless, right?
Yes.
Like, yeah, sometimes you smile at a person and you make their day. But sometimes you smile at a person and they don't care or they don't see you because they're in their phones. But by you like living a life where you are loving yourself and showing and portraying love, it may not change the world in one day. But if you do it and I do it and you do it, right? Then it starts trickling and it starts creating the environment that you want and need in order to be happy.
Because if I do it and Ashley does it, and we go out and meet people and they're like, oh wow, they're doing it, let me do it, and It is. It's
Yes.
what is it's what you it's the domino effect. Yeah, the domino
chain
effect.
reaction.
Yeah, chain reaction. And what was I gonna say? I had a thought and it flew out of my mind.
To everyone.
I know.
Catch it.
Yeah. I guess it was going back to the whole. What would you do?
Yeah.
Oh, here we go. There it came back. Just because if you smile at someone, I used to be this person like, ugh, God, people don't know how to socialize anymore. Like, because I smile at people and they look at me funny.
Yep.
But it's like sometimes it's just a matter of you catch them off guard because we're all in our own heads.
Yes.
That dialogue within our own mind is all day long.
Yeah.
Like
everyone.
Even though me and her are having a conversation right now, when me and her are just sitting next to each other, we have our own dialogue going on in our head.
Yeah.
And that's everyone. Everyone has a dialogue within their own mind.
Definitely.
And so you could smile at someone, but you might catch them off guard because they might be having a bad day and they're thinking about a situation that already happened earlier in the day or something, and then they're like, whoa, oh, someone just smiled at me.
Yeah.
That smile just might change them that day.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Like you would be, I've had so many situations where like because I walk around like this all the time. I do.
Yes.
I'm like, because I'm just waiting to be able to give it to someone.
Yeah.
Because I, once upon a time, was not like that, right? But then I had people that showed me love or that did smile at me and that showed me the value in what that does and how that creates the environment that you want to be around. Because if you're at a job and everyone's just hating the workplace, right? They're all talking about negative things and they're all unhappy. And if you just follow that and you do the same thing, then you're just adding to the fire, right? You're just adding to the negativity. But if you're at work and everyone's like, and you're like, someone is gonna tell you like, God, like, what is your secret? Why are you so happy? And then you're just gonna laugh because you're gonna say like, what makes you upset is the same thing that makes me upset, most likely, but I'm dealing with it in this way.
Yeah.
And then eventually, the smile that you're bringing to work every day or to your world, right, to wherever you go, makes someone else smile. Even if it's just one person, they're kind of not going to know what to do with it. And you're creating the environment that you expect from what's surrounding you.
Everything is action and reaction.
Yes.
Right? Mm-hmm. Like, something happens to you and you just react. So if you choose to react in a, you know what, I'm just going to smile about this because what else can I do?
Exactly.
Then other people are going to see it.
Yeah.
And they're going to want to, when they see you be, like you just said, like they see you, how are you doing it? It's a choice you make.
Yeah.
It's a choice you make to choose to be reacting in a...
Yes. And what
you know what? I can't do anything about this, so I'm just going to smile and just let it flow.
Yes, and why they're asking you because they want the secret.
Exactly.
Right? They need it. They want to smile. The reality is that they want to be how everyone does.
We're teaching you the secret.
Yeah. You should be very grateful.
Write this down.
Tell everyone.
Take notes and share it. Spread it. It's the worst rumor. It'll spread like wildfire. Here's the secret.
Yes, it is. The secret is you have the choice.
Yes.
You do.
You make the choice.
You don't know how many people tell me like, God, you never get upset. Or like, if I am upset, I'm like, right? And they laugh at me because they're like, God, that's how you get upset? Like, wow, you're never angry. And that's not true.
No, that's
not true. I'm human and I do get sad. I do have my low moments, many of them. I do get upset. I do get affected by things, right?
I always question it. That's how I get through it. Like, I do get angry. Don't get me wrong, but I'm like, but why am I angry about this? What in this situation is making me angry? And I like literally break down why I'm getting angry, and then I get to this point where I'm talking to myself like, yeah, why are you angry? Like, what really actually set you off?
Yeah, and so I actually have this coach that tells me, he's like my mentor, and he tells me always that when he goes through something, he asks himself a couple questions. And one is like, what is good about this situation? And although it's hard to ask yourself that when you're going through something difficult, there's always something good in a situation.
Yeah.
There's always something good from an environment.
Yeah.
So if you're in a toxic environment right now at work and you're like, what's the point of this? Like, God, I hate this, or I'm so unhappy.
Why am I still in this job?
Why am I here? Like, why am I still here? And what have I gained from here?
Yeah.
What's good about this situation? And you do have something good. You will find it because you ask yourself that question. So you're going to start searching for it. And the chances are there's at least one little thing that you can gain that is good from that situation.
Yeah.
And when you do that, when you ask yourself questions like that, it changes the way you're viewing your environment.
Yeah.
And if you change the way you view the environment, your environment will change. Because if you have a different mindset, you may even be taken out of the environment where you're currently at.
Yeah.
And into a better one.
Yes.
It's crazy.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, even we've talked about how here in this gym where we work, everyone is great.
Oh, yeah.
Right? There's not one person that's like, that walks in that's like, I'm tired. No, like, we get here early.
Yes.
And we work here late and all day.
Someone actually said it to me. Oh, I had just gotten out of the car, and I think it was Joey that got out at the same time. And we were here early. The sun wasn't even up. And he's like, you know, why do we do this to ourselves? I'm like, because we love it. Like, we choose to do it. We choose our happy. You know, that is a choice. Happiness is a choice. If you search for it in your environment or outside of you, it's going to be a struggle and you're never going to be happy.
Absolutely.
But if you find something within yourself that allows you to choose happy every day, you will be happy every day.
Yeah, and I think that the whole idea too is that it doesn't mean that where you're at is making you happy. That's not it, because what happens is that people are like, but I want my happiness and this isn't it. And that's great, actually. Like, it's not ideal for where you're at right now to make you happy.
Yes.
And if it's not making you happy, it doesn't mean that you have to choose to be sad.
Yes.
You choose to be happy in that, and God's gonna say, hey, let's take her somewhere better, because she's got the mindset to be in a better place.
Yes.
And you will be taken to a better environment. Like, we are all here, not coincidentally, because we've all in our own journeys have been in toxic environments, have been in places where we weren't happy, and we're perfectly placed in an environment where everyone is just jolly all the time. Everyone. In different ways.
When I was at a former gym, a corporate gym, I'll just say that. It was a corporate gym. When I first started, I was thrilled because I was waking up early and going early, and I loved it. I would drive to work and I'd be smiling driving to work. But there came a point in that journey that when I was dreading driving to work. And that's when you know that you need to change something. You need to change your environment. I was still loving what I was doing because I loved my clients. I loved how I was helping them. But the environment in which I was in, because, you know, we all have, I'm sure, worked in a corporation at some point, and a lot of it, especially in a gym environment, is sales. And that is not what I'm about. And that's when it started becoming an unhappiness in my environment. Not with my clients, not with my colleagues. It was still great in that sense. And that's when I knew it was time for me to, like, spread my wings and fly, like, because I wasn't happy there anymore. No. And oh my God, I'm so grateful for the move that I made, because I've never been happier.
Exactly.
Like, at least in my career, like, career-wise.
Of course.
Yeah.
No, and not only that, but like, if you didn't choose to be happy in that environment where you were currently at still, although you knew that you needed to venture off, you were still grateful. Like,
oh, totally.
You would not be where you're at right now without that environment.
Yeah.
So you have to embrace and be grateful for that environment.
I gained so much there.
Yeah.
I mean, I've never, yes, I have my kines degree, but I've never actually applied it in the sense of personal training.
Of course.
And so I gained that experience in the gym environment. How to, you know, create a program for myself or for the individual client and whatnot. Absolutely. And I gained clients.
Yeah, I mean, absolutely. I mean, even for me, before I moved out here, I was working in a gym, and it was extremely toxic. Like, the management was extremely toxic, and if you're one of my friends that watches these videos, you know, because you worked with me, how toxic the environment was. And I remember many times I was so frustrated. Like, I'd go home and cry and be like, look, Mom, like, I don't know how to deal with this, because sometimes you can't change your environment. And if you're the one that's uplifting everyone, you definitely get drained and tired. But I did not stop showing up with a smile on my face. Like, although it was hard to go to work and the drive was like, oh, here we go again, work, I knew I needed to do whatever I needed to do to get out and move on. But I still didn't stop showing up with a smile on my face.
Yeah.
Like, I did not change the decision to be happy. And because I chose that, I definitely moved on to better. Yes. And now I have, I'm where I'm at.
Yeah. And you know, the gratefulness that I do have regarding the gym, you know, I said clients, I gained clients from them, but you know, they're not just clients.
No.
These people are like friends and family now. What I've gained from them, like, you know, they tell me how much I've helped them, but they've helped me so much too. Like, they each have their own area of expertise. Yes. And so when you're venturing off on your own as an entrepreneur, you need to have the right resources and the right people. And, you know, I mean, I'm so grateful for my clients because I've learned so much from them.
Yeah. And you know what? Like, people don't realize, which is why corporations, a lot of them fail to keep trainers or whatever it is that they're, you know, that they have. Because it's not like, hey, you owe me this. It's, you have a service and I have a service. You have a gift and I have a gift. You have a talent and I have a talent. And we are exchanging that.
Yes.
That's it. Like, it's not...
It's an exchange of knowledge.
It is, because they do have their level of expertise in an area that you don't. Yes. And they also don't know what the heck they're doing when it comes to mind, body, soul, health. Exactly. So they're working with you because they need you. And you do also need them. Yeah. Because I would be lying to you if I would tell you that I didn't need my clients. Like, I absolutely love them. So they offer me unconditional love. Oh, totally. Because they're perfectly placed in our lives. Yes. And you build personal relationships. That's why it's personal training. And when you do that, you grow this relationship with them that really is more than training.
They become family.
They do.
The longer they're with you, they literally become family.
Yeah, I'm here by myself, and you should hear them. They're always like, oh, please let me help you, or if I'm sick, they're like, let me take you something. What do you need? They're there for us too. It's not, but in corporations it happens to where you're like, just like, okay, this is it. This is like an hour of my time that I'm giving you. Goodbye, and give me your money. And that's so dry because that's definitely not what it's about. That relationship is essential.
Yes, it definitely is. I just got a little distracted.
I know.
Just a little.
It takes a lot to focus. But yeah, I think going back to the environment and how it's important is the fact that people think that you're just in an environment and we're just in Earth and we're just in... No, but you are the environment. Yes. You create it. You're the one that builds it. You're the one that moves from one to another. Because if you realize that this environment isn't for you, you move, right? Yeah. If you realize, even physically, if you don't like hurricanes, for example, then like you move.
Is that why you moved to California?
Yes, definitely. It's a huge reason why. But yeah, it's realizing.
I mean, that's why California is so overpopulated too. Everyone wants this environment.
It's amazing.
But do you see how this topic can range so widely? The topic of environment. I mean, we could have even gone into like. I mean, who knows? When she said environment, she might have been thinking that we're going to talk about something totally different.
I know,
and here we discussed. I know. I feel like she might have been thinking of how, you know, like our greenhouse effects. Greenhouse effects.
Green gas.
I mean, the pollution, the waste, how much waste we're creating as humans. There's so much that can be discussed regarding environment.
Yeah, and I think that even with that, which is great, is that type of environment is also up to us.
And it's toxic. It's become toxic because of the way we've been treating it. Yeah. We've been consuming and not even thinking about how to replenish.
Yeah.
And that's the same with our body. Think about all the things you consume on a daily basis, whether it's social media, negativity on social media, the processed foods, sugar. We consume, and we aren't doing anything to replenish ourselves.
Yeah.
We're not getting proper sleep because we're staying up till like midnight, looking at our phones or bright screens.
We're sitting at a desk all day.
Yeah, we're not replenishing. So if we're doing that to our body, of course it's going to mimic on the outside world too.
For sure.
Yeah.
And like you have control of that. Like you just as well as us, like have control over your environment. You get to control what it is that you expect from it and what you want from your environment. So if you don't take care of yourself and your environment, you can expect there not to be freaking crazy hurricanes, crazy earthquakes, crazy things going on in the environment, in the world, like pollution and all these things. Like we create those things. Yeah. And even if you don't have full control of the big aspect of it, you do little things, just like a smile, or just like cleaning up after yourself, cleaning up on the street, recycling, little things that you can add value to make a huge difference.
Yeah. I think that's a good place to end.
Yes.
So I don't have a closing statement today. I normally do. Yeah.
Yes.
We will do our best part to take care of ourselves and replenish ourselves, and do a single thing to help replenish the planet. And we hope you do the same.
Yes.
And I'm pretty sure we'll have another day where we talk about environment in another respect.
Light.
Or light.
Definitely.
So we love you.
Thank you for watching.
Like, comment below, subscribe.
Give us suggestions on what topics you want us to talk about, because it's super helpful. I really like that.
Yeah, we like the feedback. We love the feedback. Yes.
Definitely. Bye.